What do the Amish and personal finance have in common? The Amish lifestyle is a powerful example of simplicity and self-sufficiency. While we chase the latest gadgets, the Amish master frugality. Their minimal dependence on money is inspiring. Today we're diving into 10 unique Amish money-saving hacks. These hacks are about being smart with your resources. Bartering, making your own items, and mindful spending can save you money. Stick around, hit subscribe, and let's unlock Amish frugality together. The first hack we're diving into is bartering. The concept of bartering has been around for centuries. Before there was money, there was bartering. It's how people exchange goods and services, and it still works today. The Amish are proof of that. They haven't abandoned this ancient art, they've embraced it. Bartering in action. Okay, let's talk about DIY, do-it-yourself. Now, I'm not talking about some trendy Pinterest project here. I'm talking about real practical skills that can save you a ton of money. And when it comes to DIY, the Amish are the absolute masters. These guys have taken self-sufficiency to a whole new level. In an Amish household, it's common for people to make their own furniture, clothes, and even toys for their children. We're talking about skills that have been passed down through generations. Think about it. How much do you spend on furniture every year, or clothes, or toys for your kids? The Amish rarely set foot in a furniture store, a clothing boutique, or a toy aisle. Why? Because they've mastered the art of making things themselves. And this isn't just about saving money, it's about taking pride in your work, in creating something with your own two hands.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Graham, I can barely change a light bulb, let alone build a table. Listen, I get it. Not everyone is a natural-born builder or seamstress.
All right, let's talk about community. And no, I'm not talking about your Instagram followers. I'm talking about real, genuine, supportive communities, the kind of communities where people help each other out, no strings attached. The Amish are in a league of their own. They rely on each other for emotional and practical support. Instead of hiring help, they lean on neighbors for major tasks. It's like a scene out of a heartwarming movie. Now let's talk about one of the biggest expenses for most households: food. The cost of groceries seems to be going up every single day, right? Well, the Amish have found a way to drastically reduce their food costs. And it's something we can all learn from, gardening and farming. I'm not talking about just growing a few herbs in your windowsill here. I'm talking about real, deal, get your hands dirty gardening. For the Amish, growing food is not just a hobby, but a critical part of their self-sufficient lifestyle.
From fresh vegetables to livestock, Amish families grow and raise most of what they consume, saving thousands of dollars every year. Imagine walking out into your backyard and picking fresh tomatoes for your salad, or gathering eggs from your own chickens for breakfast. Not only does it sound incredibly idyllic, but it's also incredibly cost-effective. And it's not just about the money saved, it's about the quality of the food. Food that's grown with care, without harmful pesticides or chemicals.
Okay, let's be honest, we live in a disposable society. We buy things, use them for a short period, and then toss them aside for the latest and greatest model. The Amish, however, have a completely different mindset. They believe in making the most of what they have, practicing thriftiness and reusing items to extend their lifespan. In a world where consumerism encourages constant buying and discarding, the Amish excel at repurposing, fixing, and creatively reusing goods instead of rushing out to buy new ones. They see the value in things, not just their monetary worth, but their potential to be transformed, repaired, and given a new lease on life. An old pair of jeans becomes a sturdy quilt. A worn-out tire becomes a durable swing. A cracked teacup finds new life as a charming planter. The Amish are masters of resourcefulness, finding ingenious ways to repurpose and reuse items that most of us would simply throw away. And it's not just about saving money, it's about reducing waste, minimizing our impact on the environment, and appreciating the value of well-made, durable goods. Instead of constantly buying new things, the Amish focus on repairing and maintaining what they already have. Let's talk about simple living. It's about being intentional with your choices, focusing on what truly matters, and finding joy in simple things. The Amish are role models for simple living. They avoid consumerism and overspending.
By focusing on family, faith, and community, they find happiness in relationships and meaningful work. We don't need a lot of stuff to be happy.
Chapter 7, Homemade and Happy Ditching Store-Bought for DIY Delights.
Okay, let's be real. We're surrounded by convenience products. Need laundry detergent? Run to the store. Need cleaning supplies? Head to the cleaning aisle. Need lotion? There's a whole section for that.
But the Amish have a different approach. They're masters of making their own household products, from soap to cleaning supplies to beauty products.
By creating these items at home, they avoid spending money on store-bought alternatives filled with chemicals and unnecessary packaging. They understand that many of the things we buy can be made at home with simple, natural ingredients, often at a fraction of the cost.
Think about it, a bar of soap is essentially just fat lye and water. Now let's talk about something that's often overlooked when it comes to saving money energy efficiency. We live in a world of lights, appliances, and gadgets that consume energy 24/7. But the Amish, despite their lack of reliance on the electric grid, have a lot to teach us about energy efficiency. Instead of relying on modern utilities, the Amish use natural resources like wind and solar energy to power what they need. While they may not be connected to the electric grid, their homes are often equipped with solar panels, windmills, and other forms of renewable energy, allowing them to live efficiently while minimizing costs. They understand that energy, whether it's electricity or gas, costs money, and they've found ingenious ways to minimize their consumption. Now, I'm not suggesting you ditch electricity altogether and go completely off-grid, but there are simple, practical things you can do to reduce your energy consumption and lower your utility bills. Start by unplugging appliances when they're not in use. Switch to energy-efficient light bulbs. Okay, let's talk about a topic that can be a bit uncomfortable: debt. We live in a society where debt has become normalized. Credit cards, student loans, car loans, mortgages. It seems like everyone is in debt to something or someone. But the Amish have a different perspective. They have a strict aversion to debt, viewing it as a form of financial bondage. In a world where credit cards and loans have become the norm, the Amish have stuck to the old-fashioned principle of paying for things only when they can afford them. This has allowed them to live debt-free lives, giving them greater financial security and peace of mind.
They believe in living within their means, saving up for what they need, and avoiding unnecessary expenses. And you know what? It works. The Amish are living proof that you don't need to be drowning in debt to live a fulfilling life. In fact, their debt-free lifestyle gives them a level of financial freedom and peace of mind that most of us can only dream of.
Now I understand that getting out of debt can seem like an insurmountable task, especially if you're already in over your head. All right, let's talk about shopping. And no, I'm not talking about online shopping sprees or impulse buys. I'm talking about strategic, intentional shopping, the kind of shopping where you plan ahead, wait for sales, and buy in bulk to save money. And you might be surprised to learn that the Amish, despite their simple lifestyle, are actually incredibly savvy shoppers. While the Amish are known for their self-sufficiency, they still purchase certain items from stores. However, they are incredibly savvy shoppers, taking advantage of seasonal sales and bulk buying to stretch their dollars as far as possible. By planning ahead and purchasing essentials like flour, sugar, and fabric in bulk, they save money and reduce the frequency of shopping trips. They understand that just because they live simply doesn't mean they have to overpay for the things they need. One of the Amish's favorite shopping strategies is taking advantage of seasonal sales. Need new clothes for the family? Wait for end-of-season clearance sales. So, there you have it. 10 money-saving hacks that we can learn from the Amish. The Amish have mastered the art of frugality, living a life of simplicity and resourcefulness that offers valuable lessons for us all. By embracing their practices, whether it's bartering, honing DIY skills, or living within their means, you can make significant strides toward financial independence and a more intentional life. These 10 money-saving hacks highlight the power of community, self-sufficiency, and mindful spending. As you reflect on these Amish principles, consider which hacks can fit into your own lifestyle. You don't need to adopt all of them overnight. Even incorporating a few small changes can make a big difference in your finances and your overall well-being. By making small changes, you can begin to save money, reduce stress, and live more intentionally. Remember, frugality isn't about sacrificing the joys of life. It's about making smarter choices that lead to greater freedom and fulfillment. In a world that often values excess, these Amish practices remind us that true wealth lies in simplicity, self-sufficiency, and community support. So, ditch the consumerist mindset and embrace a more mindful, frugal way of life. Your wallet and your soul will thank you for it.